Hi friends, welcome to my channel. On previous video we saw the basic introduction about programmable logic controller. In this video we are going to see about an block diagram of programmable logic controller. Okay guys, now let me get into the video. The programmable logic controller consists of main 5 blocks, that is input module, processor, output module, memory block and power supply. Now let me see about an each block individually. First one is an input module. The main function of input module is to receive 24-volt AC or DC from the input devices such as sensors or switches and to convert the 24-volt AC or DC into 5-volt DC. That is guys, the main function of input module is to receive the 24-volt AC or DC from the input devices like such as input switches or sensors like that, and it will convert that 24-volt AC or DC into 5-volt DC. The main purpose of converting that 24-volt AC or DC is, we guys know, here we will use the processor. The processor will works only with 5-volt DC. For this reason we need to convert the 24-volt AC or DC to 5-volt DC. For that, initially it will get that 24-volt AC or DC from the input devices, and using an electronic circuit it will convert that 24-volt AC to DC. The electronic circuit may be an optocoupler or anything, an electronic circuit. Thereafter that it will convert that 24-volt AC to 5-volt DC, which is it will given to the processor. So this is the main function of input module. Now let me see about an memory block. The main function of memory block is to store the input program given by the user and the sensor values. That is guys, the main role of the memory block is to store the program given from the user to perform a task, and and it will store these values that is got from the sensors during a task. That is the main function is it will store the two memories. First one is an program memory that is given by the user, and second one is an sensor values that is we got from the sensors during a task. This is the main function of memory block. Now let us see about an output module. The main function of output module is to receive 5-volt DC from the processor and to convert it into 24-volt DC or AC to the output devices like contactors, solenoid valves, or anything maybe. That is guys, the main function of the output module is to initially it will get that 5-volt DC from the processor, and using an electronic circuit it will convert that 5-volt DC into 24-volt AC. The main purpose of converting 5-volt DC or AC to 24-volt AC or DC is the now the output devices may be an contactors or motors. For contactor, we cannot able to operate using the 5-volt DC which is we got from the processor. For that purpose, we need to convert that 5-volt into 24-volt. For this reason, we need to convert that 5-volt DC or AC to 24-volt DC. So using this output module, we converting that 5-volt to 24-volt. So this is the main purpose of output module. Now let us see about a processor. The processor processes the memory block, input block, and the output module of the PLC. That is the overall function of input, output, and memory block is controlled by the processor. So this is the main function of processor. Now let us see about an last block, that is in power supply. You guys know the purpose of power supply. That is the for overall operation the power is needed. So depends upon the application. The input is given to PLC maybe 24-volt AC or 24-volt DC. Okay guys, now let me see an quick summary about this video. Actually guys, the PLC consists of 5 main blocks, that is input module, processor, output module, memory block and the power supply. The main purpose of input module is to convert 24-volt AC or DC from the input devices to 5-volt DC, and the processor will process the overall performance of power supply, output module, memory block, and input module. That is the processor will process the input and output module and the memory block. And third one is a memory block. The main function of memory block is to store the program given by the user and the values that is generated from the sensors during a particular task. And the fourth one is an output module. The main function of output module is to convert the 5 volt DC or AC from the, that is the, it will convert the 5 volt DC from the processor to 24 volt AC or DC to the output devices. And the final one is a power supply. The power supply is used to, the power will provided to each block is achieved using the power supply. That is, it will distribute the overall power to all, each block. Okay, guys, today hope you learned the main block of the programmable logic controller. Okay, guys, thank you. We will see on the next video.